if you can.
Can you make me co-host, please? Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
I think he is muted. Yes, he's saying we should go.
Great.
Fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests, good evening to all of you. Welcome to Babco Toastmasters Club annual contest for the term 2021-2022. This is DTM Khalid Abdullah, would be your Chief Surgeon at Arm for today's contest. May I call on our club president, Toastmaster Muhammad, to call meeting to order, please?
Thank you, DTM Khalid Abdullah. I call meeting number 351 to order.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. This is a historical moment for our beloved club. So let me remind you of a few rules related to such virtual contest. Kindly make sure that your device, either laptop or phones, are charged and you have stable internet connections. Although the chat box is permitted to co-host only, kindly refrain from any side chats in the chat box, especially when a contestant is giving a speech. Kindly mute your mics and close your video when the role players or contestant are speaking. We request all to log in with your correct name for the host and co-host to recognize you. Kindly avoid entering or leaving the virtual contest back and forth, as this would create unnecessary workload administering the waiting room. Kindly note the contestants have full responsibility for their internet and stage setup. Contestant will not be able to compete unless they are able to share their video and be visible and audible to all. I will now read the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, let me call DTM Saleh Ali Saleh to deliver 2 minutes of shake moments. Please put your hands together to welcome DTM Ali Saleh. Saleh Ali Saleh. Unmute yourself, DTM Ali, DTM Saleh. I don't know why I'm calling you.
My name is Saleh, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, good evening. Today, Shake Moment title is, what you buy, define your safety attitude. I will give you an example. If you see someone buy an electrical device, like an extension, okay? If he don't have any background, he will buy anyone, so that this will cause a harm to himself or to his house. So what he have to do? He have to ask the guy who have the experience in this, or buy a branded device or electrical device. And another example, if your wife decide to buy a shoes, okay, make sure that she don't buy a high heel shoes because it keep marks in your head. So ask her to buy a plastic or rubber one. Okay, this, if you have an issue with regarding to buy something like shoes for your wife, please advise a married man. He will help you in this decision. And in the end, to conclude, if your wife asks you to buy a spare hose for the washing machine, please don't do that, because it's a trap. Because from my experience, the washing machine hose, it's reached to 2 meters, and she can get you within 2 meters and back to you.
Thank you. What a chic moment. Thank you so much, Shiti and Saleh. I think for this, you need to edit your humorous speech and add some of what you said to your humorous speech for the area contest. Thank you so much, DTM Saleh Ali, and not Ali Saleh. And with this, please put your hands together to welcome our President, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali, for his address, presidential address.
Thanks again, DTM Khalid Abdullah, fellow Toastmasters and respected chief judges, and all guests. Have a good evening. Here we are again, having another round of contests, a second meeting, a second pair of contests, and we will enjoy ourselves tonight as we did 2 weeks ago in the humorous speech contests and the evaluation speech contests. In my presidential address today, I will remind you again that we are here to compete, but still have fun. And as Dr. Ralph C. Smedley said, we learn best in the moments of enjoyment. So all of us are winners, no matter what the results are. And after this meeting, we will be actually preparing our champions to the area contest, which will take place 1 month from today. Almost 32 days are far. So let's cheer for all of our contestants tonight, and let's make sure that we cheer for them even more in the area contest. With that, I conclude my presidential address, and I believe we have no guests attending tonight, only roll takers. And now it's time for me to hand over the control to someone who we will hear his voice, and we started the meeting by hearing his voice almost all the meeting. He is one of the well-known captains of the club, of the area, of the division, of the district. What can I say about DTM Khalid Abdullah? Our MC tonight is playing multiple roles. So let me now invite him back to the stage as our master of ceremonies. DTM Khalid Abdullah, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for the lovely introduction. Good evening once again, everyone. As what our president just said, contest. We are in the contest season, and today we are not competing with anyone else in the whole room. We are just competing with ourselves. And the theme for today is empowering progress. Now, all of Babco employees would know this very well. That's the slogan of Babco. And when we say empowering progress, this is exactly what is happening in front of my eyes. I remember when I was a contestant for the first time in Babco Toastmasters contest. My first participation was in table topics. And I was also pushed, like just I did for some of you, and I could not even manage with some. And I remember being there in an actual isolation room with the fun that we had there. But when I reached into the stage, that was totally different. It was, yes, physical stage, if I compare it as well here as virtual stage, it was totally different. It was a different feeling. I just wanted to hear the topic and finish up with it. And someone is saying, yes, I always push everyone. Thank you so much. I would not mention the name. But when I finished from the table topics, it was totally different feeling. Yes, I did not win any of the top 3. That's fine, because that was my first attempt and I'm hard on myself, but I accepted it. But that's what empowering progress is all about. Please don't think about just the winning, think about the journey that you would be moving ahead. So with this said about table topics, we are ready for the first contest. And before I move on to the first contest of our club contest for today, I would ask all of the contestants to please rename yourself. I can see Toastmaster Ahmed Najaf. There was a rumor that he's not competing, but Toastmaster Ahmed, if you are competing, please rename yourself. And you are the only one that I don't see renamed. Great, so let's move on with the contest. And for the first contest, we have a veteran Toastmasters, who is one of the founder members of Babco Toastmasters Club. Last contest, he was the evaluation contest chair, and today he is the table topics contest chair. Please put your hands together to welcome DTM Abdulhadi Al-Attar, Area 14 Director, to be the table topics contest chair. Please, DTM Abdulhadi, take it away. May I ask the moderator to please give DTM Abdulhadi co-host, please?
Am I audible now?
And visible as well, yes.
Okay, fine. Nice to hear this. Master of the ceremony, the distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, distinguished judges, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guests, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the table topic speech contest of Babco Toastmaster Club for the year 2021 and 2022. I am distinguished Toastmaster Abdulhadi Al-Attar, your contest chair. Today, we will test the ability of our members through a friendly contest, which takes the winner right up to the district level. We have a distinguished panel of judges led by distinguished Toastmaster DTM Mona Al-Uqab to select the winners. I am sure the audience will have an exciting time listening to some wonderful impromptu speeches. Before we commence the contest, we have to remind ourselves of some of the rules under which these contests are held. The contestant and sergeant at arms had been briefed of these rules by the contest chair. The judges, telecounters, and the timer had been briefed on their rules by the chief judge. Contests have been also drawn their speaking order as follows. Judges, please note their names. Just before I start, DTM Khalid, as far as I know, Ahmed Najaf, he said he will not participate. Should I add his name?
No, I think you just go ahead with whatever.
Yeah, because he told me early morning that he will not participate. So we will have 8 contestants only.
Okay.
The first contestant Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi. Contestant number 2, Abdullah Hijazi. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 4, Abdulrida Nawroz. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Abdulrida Nawroz. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Albish Gorijar. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Albish Gorijar. Contestants are requested to turn on their cameras and stay in front of the camera during the initial briefing. So all the contestants are required to turn their cameras to be visible. Sergeant at-Arms will be watching all the contestants and will report anything to the chief judge. Anyone turning off their camera will be disqualified. These contestants will not be eligible to perform as judges during this term beyond the club level for the same category of contest. Contestants should ensure proper internet connection, enough lighting, and be aware of their surroundings. Contestants should ensure proper audio and video setup before their speech. In case any contestant has a presentation, know how to share your screen and agree with the moderator or sergeant at-arms prior to the meeting on your preferred setup. Contestants were instructed during the briefing on the profile naming standard. Contestants are not permitted to change their profile naming during the contest prior taking approval from the contest master. When introduced to give a contest speech, ensure that the video and audio be switched open and select pen video at the video of the timer with a signal devices. Contestants will not be able to compete unless they are able to share their video and be visible and audible to all. In case of technology failure and the chief judge determine that the contest can no longer continue due to lack of contestant or contest official, the contest will be reconvened at a later stage or date. Before the topic is read to the first contestant, if there is any internet problem for the first contestant or the others in the isolation room, the contestant will be given one-off chance of 2 minutes to log back in. If a contestant internet drop after the topic is read to the first contestant, they will not be allowed to participate in the contest. If they get to drop during their speech, no second chance will be given to log back. Judges will mark for whatever they hear also. Both hands of the contestants must be visible to the contest sergeant at-arms at all time in the isolation room to ensure they are not using any devices. Contestant audio and video must be on at all time in the isolation room. Should a contestant fail to do so, he or she will not be allowed to participate in the contest. Contestants are not permitted to leave the isolation room at any point during the contest. The topic will be typed into the private chat on Zoom for the contestant, as well as read out loud, while the topic is read by the contest chair. The contestant may look at their chat message. If a contestant does not see the topic typed into their private chat on Zoom, it is their right to ask for it. During technology failure, affected contestant is requested to communicate to their chair or chief judge using WhatsApp or phone. Each contestant will be introduced by announcing the contestant number, the name, the question, and the question again, the name and the contestant number. Upon being introduced, the contestant should proceed immediately to the speaking isolation position. Contestant will be asked by the chief sergeant at arms on his or her readiness before handing over to the contest chair for formal introduction. The speaker should begin with a short time after arriving at the speaking area and confirm his or her readiness, and is not permitted to delay the contest. Before the contest begins, the contest chair will select one of the 3 questions. After selection, all contestants except the first contestant will be escorted by the moderator to the isolation room, along with the chief judge and sergeant at arms and the standby timer. Contestant will be shifted back to the main room one after the other by the moderator or the chief sergeant at arms. Contestants are requested to stay in front of the cameras during the isolation room and refrain from interacting with any surrounding devices or other people. Sergeant at arms will be watching all contestants in the isolation room and will report any suspicious movement to the chief judge. Contestant must not reference another contestant or speech presented by another contestant from the platform at the same contest in which they are competing. A speech will be 1 to 2 minutes. Contestant who speak less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds will be disqualified. Timer, in case you are using your cell phone for timing, please set your phone in the do not disturb or airplane mode. Timer will allow the speaker to be ready upon reaching the speaking position. I will only be ready for timing after hearing the formal introduction of the speaker by the contest master. Timing will begin with the contestant first verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. This usually will be the first word uttered by the contestant, but would include any other communication such as sound effect, a stage act, or another person. A green signal will be displayed at 1 minute and will be displayed for 30 seconds. The amber will be displayed at 1 minute, 30 seconds. The red will be displayed at 2 minutes and will remain displayed until the speech is concluded. No audible device will be used to indicate the overtime period. And the time of a technical failure, the color card will be used and speaker will be allowed 30 seconds extra time before being disqualified. There will be 1 minute silent between contestants during which judges will mark their ballot. 2 minutes silence will be observed at the end of the contest to help the judges to complete their ballot and hand them to tally counter. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, silence is virtue. Please turn off your cameras and keep the microphone muted throughout the contest. Prior to announcing the winners, an announcement will be made if time disqualification occurred, but the name of the contestant will not be revealed. Here are some reminders of
Abdel Hadi.
Yes.
I believe that we have 8 contestants, right, in the table topics,
Yes.
where we can see only 5, 6 contestants here opening their cameras. Are we losing 2 contestants here or what?
Yes, I don't see Toastmaster Abdullah and Toastmaster Abdullah Nawaz.
So will you allow them to participate or just we should drop them?
No, are they with us now? Are just closing the camera or are they still
I cannot see.
They didn't reach. They didn't join. So
No.
dropping them.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll have only 6.
Okay, after you finish your just
I will,
reading, just read again the contestant that we are going to have
Then-
today. Thank you so much.
No
That's
problem.
Madam
Okay.
Haji, back to you.
Okay. If it is not recommended to use the chat box during any speech. A protest concerning eligibility will be limited to judges and contestant only. Any protest may be lodged with the chief judge or contest chairperson prior to announcement of winners. All decisions of judges are final. Are there any other question? Okay, now as you just highlighted, I'll delete 2 names, Abdullah Hijazi and Abdurrahman Namroz, and I will read the names.
May I just intervene? Sorry, contest chair. May I ask everyone to take off their virtual background as well, please? And since we have 6 contestants, let's just rename them accordingly. I think someone already did that. Okay. Thank you for whoever did that. Over to you, contest chair.
So contestant number 1, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad, contestant number 3. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Albish Gorijar. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Albish Gorijar. And now I mentioned regarding the question. Could I send the question after reading it to the first one, to the moderator, to send it to, because I don't know how to send it to each contestant privately. Can somebody help me in this, moderators? Just Master Khalid, can you do this?
No,
Has
I
been
think
agreed.
TPL would have something, yes.
Yes, has been agreed.
Can
in
I
the-
do it?
Has been agreed in the briefing that we are not going to send or will not send it to the chat. Are you going to
So we will
change
not
now?
send it. Okay, then if we're not
Is it
going
okay
to send
with-
it, then
No, I will just would like to hear from the contestants. Do you want the question or the topic to be sent to you on the chat or not?
Okay, I don't mind. Both ways.
We have two to doesn't mind. I want to hear from all.
Both ways.
Yeah,
Both
if
ways
I-
from my side.
it was that it will be posted, but if we hear the question, there is no need to read it.
So no need Taqi. So what about the rest? Mahmoud, Hassan. Now either we are sending for everyone or we will not send it to anyone. So just let us agree now.
okay.
So we have
So I have a
4.
question. So, sorry, if they do send it on the chat box, does it mean we don't get to hear it from the contest
No,
chair?
you will hear it also. But
Okay, then
it's
next.
only in the rule book. It says that there is a chance to send it in the chat. If there is a disconnecting or it's not, the voice is not clear for you. So now this is your right to decide whether yes or no. So I will hear from each one of you. Mahmoud Al-Haiki, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
That means what? Yes, you do. You want the chat in the chat box?
Yes, to have it in the chat.
Okay, Fatima.
Yes, to have it in the chat box.
So since we have at least one, they want it in the chat box, that then we'll send it in the chat box. So back to you, contest chair. You have to arrange with anyone that you Would like either
Okay.
search it at ARM or the moderator post.
Can I send it to you, Toastmaster Khalid, and you forward
Sure,
it to them
sure. I
one
hope
by
that
one?
I'll not be the contest.
Okay, then
chair as well.
I will send it.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let me type it for the first contestant. If you give me just
No,
one
you
chance.
don't.
No,
You
no.
don't type it now. No, don't
No.
type it. Yeah,
No,
you
I will just.
don't share it.
No,
Don't
I will
share
not
it,
share
please.
it. I will not share it. I'll just type it.
Even don't
I will
type
not
it,
send
and
it.
don't type it, please. Just let them
Okay.
go to the isolation room and
Okay,
keep
will do.
the first one here, and then you can have the time to type, please. Thank
Okay,
you.
will do. Okay, then during the preparation, I will do that. And the contestant, are you ready?
Chief Judge, I have just one question.
Yeah.
Apart from the question, I can see one of the contestant popped up right now. Toastmaster Abdullah Nawruz. But apart from that, okay, I'll leave it to you, Chief Judge. Apart from that, I know that one of the contestants has had an issue last time with his Zoom because his Zoom was not updated. So Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur, did you update your Zoom since last contest? You're muted.
No, it is not updated. It seems it is not updated.
Okay, then Chief Judge, you might want us maybe by that time to ask him to leave the whole meeting and then join back during his
Why
turn.
he cannot go to the isolation room?
I cannot ask him to join back because his Zoom is not updated. Yeah, so the only way around is that he leave and then he joined back during the 1 minute of silence.
Shall we take him the first one? If you don't mind, I think it will be better than leaving the contest and come back.
If everyone is okay.
If everyone is okay. Can we have Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur to be the first
Toastmaster
contestant?
Yeah, shall I move a motion for changing Toastmaster 4 to Toastmaster 1? Mahmoud Al-Haiki, do you mind?
I don't mind Toastmaster Abdullah Nawruz, contestant number 7.
I seconded the motion.
So now who's have the issue for the
Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur had an issue.
Hassan Al-Ashur, right? So why you're
Yes.
raising Nawruz here? I because I hear Nawruz.
He's Toastmaster number 4, and the first Toastmaster is Toastmaster Haiki. So in order for them to swap the positions, I
Yes.
move the motion, making
Okay,
your
move
job
the
easier.
motion. Okay.
قاعد يسجل حضور.
Okay, I know.
And,
I will come to this issue again, the second issue. Just we were let us finish from the first one. So now,
And
Hassan, you will be the first contestant. Thank you so much, Mahmoud, for giving the chance. Now, as in the list, it was Nawruz should be the first one, and he came very late. As in the rule book, it says, since the contest chair start to read the rules and any contestant is not appeared, that means what?
You have to compete.
He have to compete, or he have to wait for next year to chance for next year.
You are listening, but he was not showing.
The last one.
No, so as the rule book says, if any contestant doesn't appear while the rules are, or the contest chair started to read the rules, that means he will be cancelled from the contesting. He will be just disqualified. This is the rule.
Audience. Okay, I'll be audience.
So shall I remove Abdurrahman?
Already you moved him from beginning when you just give the the last.
Yes,
sequence,
I did,
right?
but so no change, huh?
Yes, please.
Okay, fine.
With يعني apologize for Toastmaster Nowruz, but this is the
No,
rules.
don't apologize. It's well taken. Okay.
Sorry for
It's-
that, but maybe على خير, we'll say.
Now I'll just read the names again. Contestant number 1 will be Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Contestant number 2 will be Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haiki. Contestant number 3 would be Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Contestant number 4 would be Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. Contestant number 4 would be Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. Contestant number 5 would be Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah. Toastmaster Taqi Abdullah, contestant number 5. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Albesh Gorijar. Toastmaster number 6, Toastmaster Albesh Gorijar. Okay. And contestant, are you ready? Timer,
Yes.
are you ready?
Another question, I'll be number 4 or number 2?
Let's do the renaming. Please. Mahmoud will be number 2.
Mahmoud
Al-Haiki number 2.
Hassan Al-Ashur 1, Mahmoud Al-Haiki 2, Fatima Hussein 3, Mahmoud Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad 4, Taqi 5, Albish 6.
Done renaming.
Done?
Yes, done.
Timer, are you ready?
I muted everyone, so I assume he's ready.
Okay. Then Chief Judge, can we begin?
He raised his hand. Sorry, the timer is.
Okay. Now
Can we hear from the timer because he raised his hand? Sorry.
No, he just raised his hand.
Ready, yeah.
Ready, okay.
Okay, for your information, I have 3 questions and I selected one. Okay, so we'll not ask anybody to select. And now if we can ask all the contestants to go to the isolation room except the first one. So we request the sergeant at arms to escort all the contestants except the first contestant to the isolation room.
Brother Shiraz, you will be doing it, right? Yes.
Or left or still?
Oh, one more. Master Mahmoud still stuck here. Gone.
Gone?
Yes, just wait for the chief judge till she comes back, then you can start.
Okay. When she returns, just let me know. Joined, I think, huh? She joined, I think, now?
No, she has 2 devices.
Okay.
She's still there. Unless she wants to keep it this way. BTMC. No, she's literally there. So we'll wait. While waiting, Toastmaster Hassan, are you going to be seated while delivering your topic, or you want to fix your stage? If not, please fix your stage.
I prefer to just set up my stage.
Please, yeah, do that.
So shall I?
While...
Okay. Shall I turn off the camera or no?
Okay.
No.
Do you want to turn it off if you want to prepare your stage?
Yeah, or it's up to you.
Chief Judge is not here, so I cannot
judge.
Allow you. Yeah, I cannot allow you. You're okay. If you can take one step to the front, maybe. Yes, you're okay. Let's wait for the chief judge when she's back.
Toastmaster Hassan, you can, because I will be sending your the question to your WhatsApp, so you can hand
WhatsApp
the
or
phone.
chat box?
I don't know. I cannot send it here because I don't know how to send it. Therefore, I said I will send it in WhatsApp, and they said okay.
Okay, if chief judge said okay.
I will
Because
ask her again also.
I think she meant in the chat box, not in WhatsApp.
I don't know how to send it here, and I mentioned this, and they said they will send it in WhatsApp. I will repeat this when she returns.
Send me to my WhatsApp, and I'll take care of it.
No, I don't trust.
Okay.
Let her return and we'll see. It's okay. Either way, I'm flexible. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me, I was just waiting from the moderator to give me the co-host on the other device. And I asked for that, but still nobody gave me.
Okay.
And if you can give me, yeah, if you can give me that the ability to go from the other device to that isolation room, I will have two eyes, one here and one there.
Mr. Moderator, if you can give our chief judge.
Yes, it's good evening. Okay, great, I can see them.
BTM Mona?
Yes, yes.
Regarding the question, I will send it to the contestant by WhatsApp. Is it okay?
By WhatsApp. Okay, but
Yeah,
it will be on the time, right? On time.
Yeah, one by one.
Okay. Yes, on time. I trust you.
Instead of using the chat box, I don't know how to use it here. Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's okay.
Okay, Chief Judge, can we begin the contest?
Yes, please.
Let's the best one. So now, during the contest, as highlighted here, I will call the contestant number, the name, then I will say the question, I will repeat it again, then I will mention the name of the contestant and the contestant number. The moderator, can you check that the first contestant ready?
Sure.
Before I start with
Thank you so much, contest chair. Toastmaster Hassan.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Great, I can hear you. May I remind you to pin the timer if not already done?
Already, I pinned the timer.
Amazing. So whenever you're ready, I assume you are in your speaking position, give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. All the best, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours.
Thank you, BTM Khalid. Table topic contestant number 1, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. The question, my question is, where is my question? It is lost. And I will read the question twice and I will send it to you in WhatsApp if you would like to read it. What gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur, contestant number 1.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Good evening to you all. In this life, we pass through different moments. Some of them are pleasant moments. Some of them are very sad moments and emotional. Sometimes people need someone to pick their hands during critical situation. At these moments, the real friends will be shown. The real brothers will be shown. The people who love you most will be shown. All these people will show themselves during critical situations. And in my case, I passed through many situations where I see people passing through critical situations. And believe me, when that moment comes, I decide to help them. Some of them, they will not control their emotions and they will just broke the tears and start to cry because I support them during that critical situations. That situations, contest chair, is the best moments to me when I'm able to give a support to someone, to elevate someone, and to make someone happy. Contest chair, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan. Is there any certificate to present? This is your certificate, and we'll have 1 minute silence. Time over.
Toastmaster Mahmoud.
Give me a moment, BTM Khalid.
Do you have an issue? Can I help you in anything?
My headset is connected to the laptop, but I could not find it in the. Okay, anyway, I will choose. I will use the laptop microphone. You can hear me?
Yes, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay, great. I can hear you and I can see you. There is a little bit light behind you, but if you cannot fix it, then...
I can't adjust it, unfortunately.
Okay. May I remind you to pin the timer, please?
Yeah, I already did.
Okay, so whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position. Thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Toastmaster Mahmoud. Chief Judge.
Yes,
I think
he's frozen, right?
he's frozen, yes.
So timer, can you count for him? Hope that Abdulhadi, you didn't send him the question still. You're muted, Abdulhadi.
The question not sent yet.
Okay,
I will
great.
read it, then send it.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay,
He's back.
contestant is back, so let me unmute him.
I don't know why.
Toastmaster Mahmoud.
I don't know why it was disconnected and connected again.
Okay, are you okay now? Can you please make sure that the internet is stable?
Yes, sir. The internet is stable. It's not the internet issue. I don't
Just ask anyone around to not use the internet while you are competing, please.
Okay.
It happens. Okay, can you speak a little bit?
Yeah, I am fine. Let's
Okay.
go.
I can hear you clearly. All right. All the best, Toastmaster Mahmoud. Contest chair, all yours.
Thank you, BTM Khalid. Table topic contestant number 2, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haifi. The question: what gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Haifi, contestant number 2. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, Toastmaster and honorable guest, Chief Judge and judges. Good evening to you all. What gives a meaning to our life is what we are doing in our life. It's what a result we get from what we are doing in our life. So let me bring you a story that happened to me personally a few times ago. I remember when I was sitting at my house, at my home, and my son asked me a question that what make these two magnets go away from each other? So I was surprised with his question, and I told him, son, there is something called magnetic field, and I start explaining to him what that means and how it works. And after some time, he realized what that means, and the idea stick in his mind. That make me happy and realize that that's the meaning of our life, and that's what make our life meaningful. They are my kids, and they are my result of my efforts. Thank you, Chief Contest Chair, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud. This certificate is for you. And now we will observe 1 minute silence. The 1 minute over.
Toastmaster Fatima.
Yes, BTM Khalid.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good, thank you very much.
May I remind you to pin the timer? Not already done.
I can see it clearly here.
Perfect. So whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position, give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. All the best, Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours.
Thank you. Contestant, table topic, contestant number 3, Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. The questions: what gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Fatima Hussein, contestant number 3. The floor is yours.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. What gives my life meaning? I'm a firm believer that we were born to move. We were born to build connections, to move our bodies, and to live our full potential. Now, what gives my life meaning is moving. And that moving in particular can be in different forms. One of them, and one which is very close to my heart, is running. I love running. I run every single morning. I run in the evenings. On the weekends, you'll see me running. After running, you'll see me tired from running. A lot of things that happen in my life revolves around running. Now, running races, running marathons can be quite cumbersome on the body. But let me tell you, it gives my life meaning. Why? Because not only that I get to discover what my body can do, what the human body is capable of achieving, but it also allows me to build connections with my fellow runners, with people, and even with my family. Because every time I go for a run, I come back very happy and excited to spend time with my family. These connections that I form through running is with different people from all sorts of life. It can be a big person who is with us in the running group, a small child who I can see in a race. These connections from moving is what gives my life meaning. So ladies and gentlemen, have you ever tried running before? Trust me, moving and running can give your life meaning. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you. And this is a certificate for your participation. And we will observe 1 minute of silence. One minute is over.
Toastmaster Mahmoud.
Yes, Toastmaster Khalid.
How are you doing today?
Terrific.
Great. Can I ask you to pin the timer, if not already done?
I'm done.
Okay. Is this your best setup, or maybe can you tilt the camera a little bit down?
Done.
If possible.
I'll try my best.
It's okay. Then leave it. If this is the best setup, then leave it. Okay. All right. So whenever you are ready, I assume you are in your speaking position. Give us thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest. Great. All the best, Toastmaster Mahmoud.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. The question: what gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad, contestant number 4. The floor is yours.
What gives my life meaning is seeing someone smile, seeing someone in a bad situation turned into a situation where it turns into someone who is really happy, who suddenly, from having a bad facial expression, started to be smiling and really happy. This is the things that makes me that gives my life a meaning, bringing happiness and helping others. Once you are giving and helping other people and having them smile more, changing their mood from a negative mood to a positive mood, that makes you feel some fulfillment in yourself. This fulfillment can never be achieved unless you give something without expecting anything in return. This is what helps people in charity and voluntary work continue and prosper, even though they are not getting anything in return. Giving without expecting anything from others and helping others get to where they want and changing their mood from a negative mood to a positive mood. For example, if you see someone on the street with his papers flying over because of the wind, and you go and rush to help him, what happens here? Everyone around the street starts watching. Why? Because it's an act of generosity, act where you can show people that I'm ready to help, I'm kind-hearted, and I can help others without expecting anything in return. most probably you won't find the person that you helped for collecting the papers again in your life. But for sure, you left a positive stamp on everyone's mind that have seen the scene. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud. This is a certification for you. And we'll observe 1 minute of silence. One minute over.
Toastmaster Taqi,
Hi,
how are you doing today?
doing well, thank you.
I assume you already pinned the timer.
Yes, I did.
Okay. If you are ready and then you are in your speaking position, may I just ask you to step one step to the front, one step.
One
Great.
step.
No, you're fine now. No, go back. Yes, that's okay. That's perfect. Great. So whenever you're ready, thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest. Great. All the best, Toastmaster Taqi.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours. Contest chair, you are muted.
Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Taqi Abdallah. The question: what gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Taqi Abdallah, contestant number 5. The floor is yours.
Let me rephrase the question. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? The meaning of life to me is living every day like I'm going to live for a long time, and at the same time preparing myself for anything that could happen, any situation that could happen. Now, living for a long time means that you could enjoy, you could seek happiness, you could collect money, you could work, you could think about writing a book, about joining Toastmasters, about doing anything in your life. That's what it means to live for a long, long time. And so, looking at all these aspects makes me think which of them makes me the happiest. And what makes me the happiest is all kinds of achievements. When you come to family, you think about praising your kids, looking at him growing up. My kid, when he grows up, when he tells me Papa for the first time, when he writes his first word, when he does something amazing, even if it was little in the other's eyes, I look at it with pride. It makes me happy. It gives me meaning. When it comes to work, if I'm given a challenge, if I'm given something very difficult, and then I do it, I feel that sense of achievement. So all in all, it is what gives my life meaning. The meaning of life is doing everything you could while being happy. And back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Taqi. This is a certification for your participation. Now we will have 1 minute of silence. The minute over.
Toastmaster Alpesh.
Yes, Toastmaster Khalid.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
May I assume that you are pinning the timer?
Yeah.
Need any help?
Oh, that's okay.
All right. I assume you are taking your speaking position. So whenever you're ready, thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. All the best, Toastmaster Alpesh.
Thank you, BTM Khalid.
Contest chair, all yours.
Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Alpesh Gorijor. The question: what gives your life meaning? What gives your life meaning? Toastmaster Alpesh Gorijor, contestant number 6. The floor is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, dear guests and judges. So question is, what gives meaning to my life? We all should have a purpose in our life. Without purpose, it's like driving in a desert without any direction. When you have a purpose in your life, it will be a meaningful life. And what gives meaning? If I talk about myself, my passion for my work, anything which I do in my office, at home, passion for each task in which I get involved, that gives me meaning to my life. For example, whatever I start, if I don't have passion to do that work, I will not able to finish that with a good outcome. I need to get interested in what I'm doing, and for that, passion is one of the key. That's what I believe. Without it, you are not sure what will be the outcome. So, in my case, my passion for each and every task which I perform day in, day out, personal life or professional life, that gives me motivation to do it with all thoroughness and with the required outcome. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Albesh. This is a certification for your participation. Now we'll observe 2 minutes of silence. I think we have to complete it 2 minutes because it is 1 and another 1 minute.
In the briefing, we agreed for 3 minutes. BTMC.
3. Okay. Three minutes is over.
You need to ask the chief judge if she wants to have more time.
Is she here? BTM Mona? Do you need more time?
Yes, I'm here. Just we are waiting from the judges to send to the three counters till I didn't get their confirmation.
Okay.
Yes, meanwhile, we can take a group photo for the contestant. Toastmaster Hassan, you can switch on your camera as well.
Say cheese.
You.
Three, two, one. Champions. Thank you.
Toastmaster Muhammad Ali were still in the first contest by the way.
Today I missed the play because started early.
No comments.
I never thought timing takes that much energy.
It does.
It does. A lot of concentration. I think the next one will be much better. 5 to 7 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes
Yes.
runs very, very quickly. Are all the contestants here for the next contest?
Yep, except for the last contestant, which I think he already withdrew. Toastmaster Abdullah.
Okay.
يمكن تشيف جاد ما يقدر يجي يثبت الايسوليشن ولا شيء.
No, the breakout room is already closed.
I'm here, just I'm waiting for the telecounter to confirm for me.
Should we move on to the MC role, Chief Judge? Or should we wait?
I think we could move. Chief Judge, I would like to thank the Chief Judge, the telecounter, the timer, and all the contestants, and especially the audience for their active participation. And now I would hand over the floor to our MC of the night. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, contest chair, for table topics, for running the very smooth contest. So please give him another round of applause. Thank you so much, BTM Abdelhadi Al-Attar, and thanks to all of the contestants, all of the role players who have been actively participating in this contest. And that's exactly what it is, empowering progress. We are empowering progress through the family atmosphere in Babco Toastmasters Club. Now, while we're waiting for the Chief Judge, before we move on to the next contest, I thought it would be nice right now to hear from some of the guests. And I can see one of the guests who has been there for a while right now, and I would really be honored to hear from him. Khalifa, Abdullah Al-Khalifa, are you still with us? Can you hear us? We would love to hear from you, and if you can just introduce yourself with a few words.
Khalid, we are ready.
Yeah, Toastmaster Khalid. Okay, yeah, I guess it's my second time here, and it's good to be here. You can proceed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Khalifa, for being here yet again, and especially during a contest. I feel a bit sorry for, of course, guests who are joining us today in the contest, because the contest has a little bit of a serious atmosphere to it, although it's not at all totally serious in Babco Toastmasters Club, as you can see. But thank you so much for joining us, and we would love, of course, to have you not just this meeting, for the next meeting as well. And I don't want to ruin the announcement of the president, but yes, next meeting we will be celebrating the National Day for our beloved kingdom, Bahrain. So please, we would love to have you, and of course, if you can also bring a few more guests with you, that would be great. And I can hear the Chief Judge said, or gave us the green light to move on to the next contest, which is amazing. Let's move on with the theme of empowering progress. And for this contest, we have another founding member, or one of the founders of this Toastmaster Club. Many call him the backbone of Babco Toastmasters Club, and I definitely concur to that. Although he is also empowering progress by becoming the contest chair for an online contest. Imagine that. Toastmaster Arfan. Who would have thought 3 years from now that Toastmaster Arfan would be the contest chair in an online contest? But for any role that Toastmaster Arfan takes, we expect perfections. So please put your hands together to welcome our international contest chair, Toastmaster Arfan Natar.
Master of Ceremonies, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, and all distinguished judges of the contest tonight, my dear fellow Toastmasters, members of this club, our respectful, honorable guests, good evening and welcome to you all. Tonight we are having our international speech contest of Babco Toastmasters Club for the 14th year in a row. So something for all of us to be very proud of, and certainly I am. And this year we are running it for term 2021-2022. And I am Toastmaster Arfan Natar, the contest chair of this contest. As we all know, but you have to allow me and bear with me, we have to go through this protocol. Tonight, we are testing the abilities of our members through a friendly contest, which, as distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah said, we are having it virtual, and I believe this is for the second year. It's not the first year, but it's the first time for me. And this will take the winner right up to the world championship level through different stages, as you all know, club, and then you go to area, division, district, and inshallah, hopefully, the world championship. We have a distinguished panel of judges, and it's led by distinguished Toastmaster Mona Al-Aqab, of course, to do the judging, and eventually select the winners. The contestants, and I will be reading their names, have been briefed to the rules. Their speaking orders has been drawn, and they are as follows. Judges and timers, please note. We have 5 contestants tonight. 5 contestants tonight, and the order is: contestant number 1 is Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, contestant number 1. Contestant number 2 is Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. Toastmaster Muhammad Ali is contestant number 2. Contestant number 3 is Toastmaster Sayyid Raza. Toastmaster Sayyid Raza is contestant number 4. And contestant number 5 is Toastmaster, sorry, contestant number 4. Did I say 4? No. Sorry, I'm confused here. I will repeat. Contestant number 1 is Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. Contestant number 2 is Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. Toastmaster number 3 is Toastmaster Sayyid Raza. Contestant number 4 is Toastmaster Hassan Ashur. And contestant number 5 is Toastmaster Alpish Gurjar. So once again, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, contestant number 1, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali, contestant number 2, Toastmaster Sayyid Reza, contestant number 3, and Toastmaster Hassan Ashur, contestant number 4, and Toastmaster Alpish Gurjar, contestant number 5. And before we start the contest, we need to remind ourselves of some of the rules. These contestants will not be eligible to perform as judges during this term beyond club level for the same category of contest. Contestants are permitted to remain in the hall or behind this screen throughout the duration of the contest. Contestants should ensure proper internet connectivity, enough lighting, which I leave it to the Chief Sergeant at Arms to judge that, and be aware of their surroundings. Contestants must organize their speaking place, which I see they are already, so they are visible through the camera throughout their speech duration. Contestants should ensure proper audio and video setup before their speech, which I presume they have done it before joining this meeting. Contestants were instructed during the briefing on the profile naming standards, and it's all in place. And contestants are not permitted to change their profile name during the contest prior taking approval from contest chair, which I do not see a reason you need to do that. When introduced to give contest speech, ensure that the video and audio be switched open and select pin video. At the video of the timer, which I am sure that you know how to do that with signaling devices, contestants will not be able to compete unless they are able to share their video and be visible and audible to all, which I again presume you know that as well. In case of technology failure, and the chief judge determines that the contest can no longer continue due to a lack of contestants or contest officials, the contest will be reconvened at a later date or time, which I hope it doesn't happen. If a contestant has internet issues just before they begin speaking, they will be given a one-off chance of 3 minutes to log back in and start their speech. No extra overtime will be given to the contestant in this case. If contestant's audio or video or both get disconnected halfway through the speech, the contestant will be given a one-off chance of 3 minutes to log back in and resume from where he left off. half a minute extra overtime will be given to the contestant in this case. During technology failure, affected contestant is requested to communicate to the contest chair, myself, or Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster Manan Agab, using WhatsApp or his phone. Each contestant will be introduced by announcing the contestant's name, speech title, his name. Upon being introduced, the contestant should proceed immediately to the speaking position. Contestants will be asked by the Chief Sergeant at Arms on his readiness before handing over the contest chair for formal introduction. The speaker should begin with a short time after arriving at the speaking area, which you are already, and confirming his readiness and is not permitted to delay the contest. Contestants must not reference another contestant or a speech presented by another contestant from the platform at the same contest in which they are competing. Speeches shall be 5 to 7 minutes. Contestants who speak less than 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds will be disqualified. I'm sure you're very familiar with that. Timers, in case you are using your cell phone for timing, please set your phone in the do not disturb or airplane mode. Timer will allow the speaker to be ready upon reaching the speaking position and will only be ready for timing after hearing the formal introduction of the speaker by the contest chair. Timing will begin with the contestant first verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. This usually will be the first word uttered by the contestant, but would include any other communication such as a sound effect, staged act, or another person, etc., which I believe you all very familiar with that. Can you all see the timer? I presume you do. Green signal will be displayed at 5 minutes and remain displayed for 1 minute. The amber or the yellow signal light will be displayed at 6 minutes and remain displayed for 1 minute. The red signal will be displayed at 7 minutes and remain displayed until the speech is concluded. No audible device will be used to indicate overtime period. There will be a 1 minute silence between contestants during which the judges will mark their ballots. 3 minutes silence will be observed at the end of the contest to help the judges to complete their ballots and hand them to the tally counters. Chief Judge will be asked if more time is needed once silence time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, silence is a virtue quoted by Distinguished Toastmaster Abdulhadi Al-Attar. Please turn off your cameras and keep your microphone muted throughout the contest. Prior to announcing the winners, an announcement will be made if time disqualification occurred, but the name of the contestant will not be revealed. And to everybody, avoid entering or leaving the contest room or this platform back and forth. Although the chat box is enabled to host and co-hosts only, it's not recommended to use the chat box during any speech. Protest concerning originality and eligibility will be limited to judges and contestants only. Any protests may be lodged with the chief judge or the contest chair, myself, prior to the announcement of the winners. All decisions of the judges are final. I'm done here. It's your turn now. Contestants, are you all ready?
Yes.
I didn't hear a no, then I take this yes for all the contestants. Timers, are you ready? I cannot see them. Why is that? Timers or Chief Judge, are your timers ready? Yes, I see a thumbs up on the timer. Thank you. Audience, you don't have a choice. You must be ready. And Chief Judge, are your judges ready?
Yes, my judges are ready. I want just to. Did you say that all contestants should keep their cameras on? I believe now they can switch off their cameras since they hear the rules, and it will be much better for the contestant to get only the timers on his screen.
Okay, so it is only contestant number 1, which is Toastmaster Hussein Khamis. The rest,
Yes,
please turn off your cameras and mute yourselves. Madam Chief Judge, can I proceed with the contest?
Yes, please.
Okay, then, thank you very much. Let us enjoy this contest and have a great time. Contestant number 1, Chief Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. I haven't forgotten about you, don't worry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Contest Chair. Toastmaster Hussein.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Good, good. Alhamdulillah.
All right. Toastmaster Hussein, I'm just trying to inspect your place. Is that a trophy on top of the...
This is not a trophy, but this one you made.
Oh, okay. Okay, done. If not, that's fine. All right. May I remind you to pin the timer, please?
Yes. Okay.
Done. Okay. Whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position, give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest.
Yes. Ready.
All right. All the best, Toastmaster Hussein.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours.
Thank you. Let's start the contest with the first contestant number 1, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis, with the speech title, My Lens. My Lens, Toastmaster Hussein Khamis.
Thank you. Every person in this world wears his own lens, and through them, he sees his own world differently. Contest chair, fellow Toastmaster, judges, and their guests, good evening. I believe that as a human, we always contradict within ourselves between being a good or bad, happy or sad, optimistic or even pessimistic. Some people unfortunately take the wrong action and decide to wear false lenses, which only attract negative and misery. On the other hand, we can see these people who took up the right lenses through their good deeds, loves, and generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, each one of us, he has his own lenses and can see differently. And time to time, as you become more mature, your lenses will change. Let me tell you about myself. After secondary school, I decided to join Bahrain University to complete my baccalaureate degree, but unfortunately, there was no seat available on that time. So I decided to get a job. My first job was a machine operator in Muscat commercial service. When I start working, and after only a few months, I received an extension letter. Then I looked at letter. I see this is your name, Hussein Khamis. You are ready for this exceptions for studying in university. Then what I say, I decide to work because I was happy to get money. I was making from my job. Therefore, I did not enroll in university. My lenses was focusing on money. 3 years later, I got another job also with better salary, but the job was harder and I work hard with all my effort. And I was promoted to be a foreman. I focus more challenge on the new position. I was a poor communication with other peoples to complete my jobs. I realized that something is missing. I need that university experience. The degree and experience dealing and communicating with people. So decide to develop my qualification and enroll university. It was a challenge times for me to combine the work, study from morning to evening. In addition to that, I got stuck in Golden Gate. I got married. Then years passed. After 20 years, my eldest son wanted to repeat the same story. After graduating from secondary school, he wanted to work on and earn money also. His lenses was focusing on making money, but I strongly against his decision. My first was his higher education, and not only that, I was registered him in university student club as Toastmaster to develop his communication from now. At the beginning of my career, my lenses was focusing only on the money, but I got old and wiser. It is shifted from money to focusing on the skill, communication, education, because it is how we can focus on the life. That's why I want my son to refocus and rectify his lenses on his education. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to look through lenses and on lenses with wisdom. What are we seeing? All focusing on different things in our lives. Some might focus on family, relationship, career, or education. Are you focusing on the right things? On the chair, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussein. And please accept this participation certificate on behalf of the club to you. We'll observe 1 minute of silence until the judges finish their ballots and proceed to the next contestant. The 1 minute is up, and we'll proceed to the next contestant, and I will be asking our Chief Sergeant at Arms, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah.
Sure.
to intervene,
Toastmaster
please.
Muhammad,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
doing fine. Thank you.
May I remind you to pin the timer? Not already done?
It's done.
Great. So I assume you are in your speaking position. Whenever you are ready, with a smile if you don't mind. Okay. All the best, Toastmaster Muhammad. Contest chair, all yours.
Thanks a lot. Proceeding to the next contestant, contestant number 2 is Toastmaster Muhammad Ali with the speech title, What Goes Around Comes Around. What goes around comes around. Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
Once upon a time, there was a thirsty ant who was looking to have some sips of water. She went into the river, and while drinking the water, she fell. She was about to drown. She kept yelling, "Help! Help!" A dove up the tree observed her and took a piece of leaf and threw it to her. And this leaf helped the life of this ant. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, good evening. Many of us have heard such stories. This was my favorite bedtime story. You know how it ends? It ends by the ant saving the life of the dove and helping her not to be caught by the hunter. Why am I talking about an ant and dove? You know, these bedtime stories have morals that establish our values. And this story I always repeat to my daughters. I always tell them, what goes around comes around. I always ask them to do good. Yes, you heard me. Do good. I rarely ask them to do well. I am a big believer of this value. What goes around comes around. And to the level that my wife thinks I'm a superstitious. 4 years ago, I had a gut feeling that I was about to win a prize. Yes, I felt that I was about to win Bahrain's most reputable bank grand prize, $500,000. Yes, my wife called me delusional that day, but I had that feeling, and to increase my chances to win, I thought I have to do 3 things with my income. For every 60 BD I have, I will deposit 20 BD into the bank account. Yes, this sounds smart. The second 20 BD I will use to cover the expenses of my family. The third 20 BD is my secret. I'm gonna use it for charity, for good deeds, acts of kindness. Yes, you heard me. Those 3 months before the announcement of the prize went like that. My tipping percentage in restaurants tripled from 10%, yes, to 30%. All the waiters and waitresses were happy with me. I spent a lot of money in charity, especially the charity that is spent for the treatment of people who needed medical care, but they could not afford it. I spent a lot of money on the dining out nights with my friends. They all know When we are going out with Muhammad, there is no split of the bill. And last thing that I did that was not really my nature was to pick up hitchhikers that I don't know, taking them to their required destinations. I felt like an angel. There was an aura above my head. One day before the announcement of the prize, and that day was 4th of December, I went to work and I was really confident. I'm about to win. I took a bag of sweets to give away to my colleagues. Nobody knew what was the occasion, and I never told anyone. The day was really gone by very quickly. I was thrilled. I was waiting for the next day. I'm gonna be called to get the prize. Yes, went back home, had a very good family meal, and then slept. That was maybe the best sleep I ever had. I woke up having this kind of confidence in me. And this confidence was struck by my wife's early morning news. Muhammad, didn't you hear? The prize you said you were about to win went to a retired citizen. I told you are delusional. I had such a bad feeling, which I usually get from my wife. But that day, that feeling made me drag myself to work. I felt like a fool while driving my car. I was thinking, how delusional you are. You are so superstitious. You could have spent all of this money on your children, on your family, to give them a better education in the future. To make that day even worse, my car suddenly stopped on the highway. Ah, that piece of junk. I could have spent the money to buy a better car, but I didn't. I called my friend, Abdullah. Can you please come and pick me up? My car broke down in the middle of the highway. 30 minutes, he came with a friend of ours, Abdullah and Muhammad. Muhammad took the car, Abdullah took me to work and told me, don't worry, we'll get you back home. He got me back home. I saw my car parked outside home. My family were waiting. I called Muhammad, what happened to my car? Why is it at home? He told me, don't worry, we fixed it up. I gave it to the mechanic. Everything is fine. The bill is on me. I went home. My family welcomed me and asked me, what happened to you? You came not with your car. Told them about the story. And then I had dinner, and my wife told me about my daughter and how she was praised by her teacher. Suddenly, the feeling changed from feeling bad into happiness. I knew that those things that happened to me to recover were results of the good deeds that I made. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a big believer of what goes around comes around. I told my wife that night, sometimes we don't get what we expect. We might not get it in the mode that we want, but it comes in a different way. Contest chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed, and please accept this certificate of participation on the behalf of the club. And we'll observe 1 minute of silence for the respective judges to mark their ballots. Thanks to all, please. Thank you. The 1 minute is up and it's time to move to the next contestant. And for that, I will again call on the Chief Sergeant at Arms, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you, Contest Chair. Toastmaster Saeed Raza,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
fine. Thank you very much.
I assume you are pinning the timer?
Yes, I did that already. Thank you.
Great. So whenever you're ready, in your speaking position, thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. All the best, Toastmaster Saeed Raza. Contest Chair, all yours.
Thanks a lot. We'll move to the next contestant, and this is contestant number 3, Toastmaster Saeed Raza, with a speech titled Give. Give, Toastmaster Saeed Raza.
If happiness isn't giving, then give. Give to someone from what you have in view. Give to the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very good evening. Have you thought of doing something for someone for which he or she will remember you for the rest of their lives? Have you thought of giving directions to someone who is completely lost in darkness? Have you thought of giving that helping hand, that lift to someone that will change their life for better and perhaps forever? Have you thought of doing something for someone that will bring about a smile on their face? Probably the answer to all the questions, or maybe even one, is no. Because we as human beings with time has become a little selfish. We have become a little self-centered. We first think about ourselves before we think about others. And in this world of rat race, when we are chasing our dreams of opportunities, we have forgotten that we have a duty of care. Yes, we have forgotten that we have a duty of care to make others happy. Because if others are happy, we will be happy. If others are satisfied, perhaps we'll be satisfied as well. But do you know there is someone out there, no matter what you do, you cannot make that person happy or satisfied. And I'm sure intelligent married men sitting here will surely understand what I'm referring to and whom it is about. Well, it was just last year I was celebrating my wedding anniversary. And as a surprise wedding anniversary gift for my wife, I brought her a beautiful golden necklace. And as I opened the box of the jewelry in front of her, my wife gave a very casual and blank look, looked at it and said, "What is this? I thought you promised to bring me a diamond necklace and you bring this golden necklace. Why?" And as I scratched my head and I was trying to think hard as to when exactly did I promise to bring her a diamond necklace, she said, "Honey, don't worry, it's okay." With that, I said to myself, thank God. And as I was taking that big sigh of relief, more came next. She said, "Don't worry, tomorrow morning we will go to the jewelry shop and we can exchange your golden necklace with the diamond necklace. Don't worry, relax." Ladies and gentlemen, if I asked you, what is the best thing you can give to someone? Someone of you may say that you will give money to those who are poor and needy. Some of you may also say you will give food to those who are hungry. Some of you may say you will give a piece of advice. Some of you may also say you will give a piece of your mind, surely for those who deserves it. But do you know that there is something more precious out there which we have in abundance, but yet we are very miser. Yes, we are very miser to give. And that something is your time. Yes, your time, which we do not give enough to our loved ones. We give all the amenities of daily living, we give all the comforts of the world, but what we do not give is a bit of our time. Yes, we do not give enough of our time. Well, as a doctor, I remain fairly busy with my patients, doing clinics, hospital jobs, on calls, attending medical meetings. And that gives me, for sometimes, not all the times, much away from home. One late evening after I returned home, I saw my mother, who is 84 years old and who lives with me, sitting in a corner in her armchair, and she looked really very sad. I went up to her, sat beside her, and then I took her hand in mine and asked, "Mother, what is the matter? What is the problem?" She said, "Son, there's no problem." Then I asked, "But why do you look so sad? Is there something I can help you with? Are we not taking good care of you? Are we not giving you enough of something?" To which my mother said very sadly, "Son, I think you're giving me everything that I need. But all I need from you is just give me a little bit of your time. I ask your time to sit with me. I ask your time to talk to me, to have a chat with me. I don't need anything more than that." And her utterance of those words made me so emotional that I hugged her and I couldn't hold my tears. But that moment also taught me that there is something more precious we can give to our loved ones, and that is our time. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you think time is your treasure, then give a part of it to others. And if you give, others cannot thank you enough. Time is precious. Remember, time is also priceless. So give. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Said Raza. Please accept this certificate of participation on behalf of the club. Everyone observing 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you to all. The 1 minute is up and it's time to move to the next contestant. And for that, I will call again upon distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you, contest chair. Toastmaster Hassan.
Yes.
How is it going so far?
So good.
Great. May I remind you to pin the timer? Not already done?
Done already.
Amazing. So whenever you're ready, thumbs up with a smile, please, so we can begin the contest. Great. Is it my side? I feel your internet is not as optimal, Toastmaster Hassan. So maybe can you ensure that you have good connectivity? Now it's better, but when you were about to start, it showed red. So if someone is maybe using your internet, just ask them maybe to.
I think it will be okay now.
All right. I can see you clearly and it's fine right now. All the best, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you.
Contest chair, all yours.
Thanks a lot. Our next contestant is contestant number 4, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur, with a speech title, Not Yet. Not Yet, Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur.
This sound reminds me with a game we used to play when we were kids. A game called popping balloons, where all the kids will run around the room with a balloon tied to their ankle. And the mission is to pop the balloon of others, and the winner will be the last one who retained and remained his balloon unpopped. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, good evening. That sound reminds me with emotional moment in my childhood. That moment when everything was clear, bright. The sky was clear all the time. The sky was blue all the time. You cannot hear anything else other than the screams of the kids, the loudly laughters of the kids, the bad words that we use to exchange. But believe me, we were not considering that words. We were not even paying attention to that words. And once the game is over, everything is over. My dears, as we grew up, things changed. And we start passing by different people, negative people. Those people will intentionally or unintentionally use different words to tear you into pieces and knock you down. On the other hand, we'll pass by positive people like you, Toastmasters, where they will use all their efforts to elevate you and groom you up. Can you imagine the power of words both are using? Take this. Once I read an article about a school in Chicago where the student has to pass different courses. And the student who did not pass the course, they will write to him, not yet. I graduated from university. When you fail, they put F, failed. pass. What about you? I guess the same. Can you imagine the difference between the two words? Failed, not yet. Not yet means you are still there, still in the care. You are in your process to reach your goal, but ultimately you will do it. My dears, we all fail. But when we fail, we wait for that word, which will either tear us or elevate us, let you down or take you up. Take my example and my experience with Toastmasters. I wasn't good at public speaking, so I decided to join a Toastmaster. And joining a Toastmasters means stepping from my comfort zone to another zone full of fears and anxiety. I remember one day, I prepared an excellent speech. I spent the entire night writing that speech, rehearsing that speech. When that day came, I stood in the stage. I was trying to speak. I was shaking. Words were not coming from my mouth. My mind wasn't clear, empty, washed. No words, I am lost. I managed to complete 4 minutes with rubbish words. Believe me, don't ask me. What was the subject? I don't know. What did I say? I don't know. But guess what? At that night, I received the biggest claps and applauses I've ever received in my life. I remember my mentor, he took me one side and said, Hassan, I can see potential in you. I can see that one day you will be an excellent speaker, but not yet. And it was left to me to decide and choose, and to choose between the different mindset, to go for the closed mindset and say, no, I cannot do it. These are my capabilities and I will not be able to do it. I will not continue. Or choose the other mindset, which is the growth mindset, open mindset. Yes, I can do it. And they'll continue to do it. And I guess you know what I selected. Dears and honorable guests, whenever you pass or struggle in achieving your goals, just stop and tell yourself, not yet, maybe today or tomorrow. Contest Chair, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan Ashur. And on behalf of the club, please accept this certificate of participation. Sorry for that. And we will be observing 1 minute of silence for the respected judges to mark their ballots. The 1 minute is up, and it's time to move to the next contestant. And for that, once again, I will be asking distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, please come in.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Contest Chair. Toastmaster Alpish,
Yes.
how is it going so far?
Doing well.
Okay. May I remind you to pin the timer? Not already done?
Yeah. It's done.
All right. Whenever you're ready, you can take your speaking position. Thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest. All the best, Toastmaster Alpish. Contest Chair, all yours.
Thanks a lot. Time to move to the next contestant, and that is contestant number 5, Toastmaster Alpish Gurjar, with the speech title, "It is what it is." It is what it is. Toastmaster Alpish Gurjar.
Last week, it was my 15th marriage anniversary. We had a plan for a lavish dinner at Sofitel. Unfortunately, the same day, due to emergent work in the office, I was completely exhausted. I asked my wife, can we have a dinner outside in a beautiful garden in the backyard of our house? She said, everything is planned. You don't have a choice. It is what it is. You must follow your plan. And my reaction was, it's all right. For a Toastmaster, dear guests and judges, how many times you come across these words, it is what it is. In February 2020, I had an opportunity for a business trip to UK. I decided to travel with my family 10 days ahead of my business meeting. I realized that I was running short of time for visa application. UK embassy is located at Abu Dhabi, and they got a local agent in Manama, Bahrain. At the first instance, when I applied for appointment for applications, I got 3 different dates, one for me, one for wife, and one for my kids. Very genuinely, I asked them, could you please explain why I got 3 different dates for the same family member for my visa application? The answer is that, sir, this is online application system and it is system generated message. We cannot do anything here. I asked, if you can make it in one day, I can avoid hassle of 3 times driving all the way from Awali to Manama. The answer is, sir, this is what it is. Rather than wasting my time, I thought, look forward and follow the normal visa application process. I finished my formality for application. In 2 weeks of time, I received visa for myself and my kids. When I followed up for my wife visa, they said it is awaited. Again, I was puzzling. I asked them, what is wrong? The same family member, similar background, similar documents. What is holding wife's visa? Sir, we have submitted documents. We're waiting for feedback from Abu Dhabi embassy. When we get a response, we will call you. Please visit our office when you receive call from us. Upon further excuse, the answer is, it is what it is. Well, nobody called me for 1 week. Eventually, I fed up and visited embassy office here in Manama. They gave me envelope. So this is your passport has been received. I opened it. I was very excited, and I saw that there is no stamp in the passport. Again, I was puzzling. What's wrong? Inside the envelope, I found a letter. What's the letter about? When I read it, it was shocking. What's wrong? Why rejection letter? I couldn't recognize what was missing in my application. I asked them for help. Could you please explain what is missing in this document? They said, sir, we are just messenger here. We could not entertain with your application and a rejection letter. So if you want to know more, call UK Embassy in Abu Dhabi and they will clarify your query. It was 4 p.m. Who will pick up my phone? Who will respond to my query? It was just 1 week before travel to UK. I thought that if I don't get visa on time, all my plans will be wasted. It will be all drained. I was upset and frustrated. Well, it is what it is. That's keep on repeating in my mind. Finally, to calm down myself, I thought, if I don't get visa, kids cannot join me. Well, it's not a bad idea. Having a bachelor trip to UK. Man will be man. I look forward and contacted other agents and found out what was missing in my applications. I reapplied, and can you believe 15 hours before departure of my flight, I got visa from my wife. After all this hassle and trouble, eventually we managed to escape from Bahrain and travel to UK. It was one of the best and mesmerizing trips I had ever. After 2 weeks of return from UK, there was a first COVID case in Bahrain, and the rest is history. Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of problems. It's all our perception and our attitude, how we deal with them. We must not forget that this is life, and it's not a mathematics problem which will have a logics or sequence or end result. We must learn when to react and when to respond, because many a times it is what it is. Whenever we encounter any challenging situation and we find that it is beyond my control, then please don't sweat more for the change. Accept the reality and move forward with a positive attitude, because many a times it is what it is. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alpish. And please accept this certificate of participation on behalf of the club. And now we will be observing 3 minutes of silence for the judges to complete their ballots and pass it over to the tally counters. And we will be waiting for the Madam Chief Judge to announce or inform us that the judges have already done their duties. So please, we will observe silence by muting our microphones. I was mute, sorry. The 3 minutes are up, and we'll still need to hear from our Madam Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster Mun Al-Uqab. The judges have finished their marking and their ballots have been handed over or passed or transferred or transmitted, whatever you wish to call it in this virtual world, to the tally counters. Madam Chief Judge.
So just waiting for the judges. You can give the MC if you wish. I know that he has something to talk about.
I have something to share, if you don't mind, everybody. Madam
Yeah,
Chief
sure.
Judge, if you don't mind. Thank you very much to all the contestants for their beautiful speeches, inspiring speeches. And before handing over to the Master of Ceremonies, he has a few roles tonight. So one of them is the Master of Ceremonies, which I'm supposed to hand over to him. But today, I just asked Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid a question, being the Chief Sergeant at Arms and many contestants that I have noticed him, when he prepares the contestant on the screen, the last thing he tells the contestant is with a thumbs up and a smile, and then he hands the contestant over to the chairperson or the chair contest. So I asked him, why is that a must? Is it like a protocol or a requirement in this virtual world to make sure that the contestant is not a robot, perhaps? Then he just laughed and said, no, it's only me. I thought all the time, I thought that it's a must because you have to make sure that the contestant is not a robot, it's actually a human being. So thank you very much. This brings us to the end of the Prepared Speeches contest for this year, 21-22, another milestone in the history of this magnificent club. All of us were very proud of all of you, and thanks to all. And I hand over to the Master of Ceremony, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Our contest chair for international contest, please give him a round of applause, him and all of the contestants, all of the role players for successfully conducting our international contest. Before I move on with whatever else I say, because I always have something to say as what Chief just says and contest chair already said, can we have a group photo for all of the contestants? And I'll leave this to the moderator. So all of the contestants along with the contest chair, please.
Me, for
yes,
once.
Yes. Definitely you.
So
I don't see one of the contestants is not around. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Muhammad. If you are around, please switch on your camera. For those who cannot do it, chances that I purposefully switched it off because they did not switch it off on time. And I'll keep unmuting. I'll keep the mute open so anyone can unmute.
Toastmaster Alpish Gurjar and Toastmaster
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali and Alpish Gurjar.
Toastmaster Muhammad is.
You have to find Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
He is here.
Be eating maybe.
Maybe
no,
drinking.
his camera is on, but I don't see him.
I can see myself.
We can. Oh, there he is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Done. I'll leave it to the moderator to say cheese, Haris, Shiraz. Even his name as well will give you a smile toward the end. Shiraz. Say Shiraz.
And in Korea they say kimchi. Try it, kimchi.
Kimchi?
Kimchi, yeah, kimchi. It's a very popular food in Korea, kimchi.
As long as this would make you smile, please. Kimchi.
Kimchi وقوم امشي.
That works too, nimshi.
3, 2, 1, Latent power. Done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Power. That's the theme of this term. Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a marvelous audience, marvelous contestants. I think I don't want to be in the shoes of the judges right now because I wouldn't dare to pick who would be the winner in today's contest. It was really a tough contest. And it seems to me sometimes that, are we really in a club contest, or is it area, is it division, or even district? So thank you so much for Babka Toastmasters Club for taking it seriously and preparing for your contest today. Before I move on, may I ask the moderator to give us the certificate of appreciation. Let's appreciate all whoever been part of this grand success. Mr. Moderator, if you can show the slides, please. Oh, from President? Okay. So if it is from President, then I would ask the President to display the certificates, please. He's not having a co-host, but the share is open for, should I? Oh, okay, he's saying yes, he has co-host. Wasta. No, he doesn't. Okay, I'll allow share to everyone. So please, anyone can share.
I think these certificates are presented by the president.
Hi, so you want him to present? Okay, great. So let me hand over the control to the president to share the certificates and also present the certificates to the role players. Please put your hands together to welcome our president, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, BTM Khalid Abdullah. Well, we came to the end of BTMC 21-22 annual contests. And at the end of these contests, and before getting the results, it's time to show our appreciation to all of those who participated in the contest. A certificate of appreciation for all of those who made this event today a success. So first of all, Babka Toastmaster Club would like to thank our Chief Judge, BTM Mona Agab, for taking the role and for successfully running the contest so far. So thank you, BTM Mona. Thank you to all the judges. Thank you to all the respected judges. Even though we don't see you, but thanks to all of you. And judge number one is raising a thumbs up. Yes, thanks to all of you for joining our contest, spending that much of time to make our contest a successful event. Moving ahead, thank you to, what can I say, our Master of Ceremonies. This is a certificate of appreciation to our Master of Ceremonies, who is changing his hats many times in this meeting. Thank you, BTM Khalid Abdullah. And thank you to our contest chair of Table Topics contest, BTM Abdulhadi Al-Attar, joining us from the court.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Area 14 Director, for joining us even though you have some other commitments. Thanks is also extended to the backbone, as he was introduced by the MC of our club, the godfather of Baku Toastmaster Club, as I like to call him, Toastmaster Arfan Natiq, for taking the role of international speech contest chair. Thank you very much for always making this perfection. Thanks to our moderator, who is hidden behind the scene, but he controls everything. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Shiraz, for taking such a role and taking control. Thank you to our main timer, BTM Walid Uthman. I think it's the first time he took the role of a timer in a virtual setting. Thanks a lot, BTM Walid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to the backup timer, Toastmaster Udaya Kumar, for taking his role as a backup timer, even though he's relatively new to the club. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Udaya Kumar. A certificate of appreciation goes again to our Chief Sergeant at Arms, BTM Khalid Abdullah, for the first role that he took this meeting. Thanks a lot. A certificate of appreciation is also presented to Toastmaster Haneen Al-Falahi, who is joining us all the way from Iraq. Thanks a lot for taking the role of Sergeant at Arms in our table topics contest. Thanks also goes to Toastmaster Gobinath for taking the role of Sergeant at Arms as well. Thank you very much for taking a role player, basically taking a role in the second contest in a row. And certificate of appreciation goes to also our tally counter, Toastmaster Muhammad Viqaruddin. Thank you very much for taking this role in our contest and making it successful. We are looking forward for the results. And last but not least, Toastmaster Arij Ja'far, distinguished Toastmaster Arij Ja'far. Thank you very much for taking the tally counter role. I think we would like to show our appreciation to all of those role players. Unfortunately, we could not share with you trophies or certificates physically, but I like to ensure you that we really, really are grateful for what you have done in this contest. Right now, are we ready, Chief Judge, to declare the winners?
Just give me just 2 seconds. I'm just writing the results for the contest chair so I can forward it to them, if you don't mind.
All right. Then contest chair, if you get the results, please send them to the MC. I would like BTM Khalid Abdullah to present the certificates to the winners. Just an appreciation for the roles you have taken tonight. So you have a trial.
In that case, I need to prepare the certificates, right?
No, I think the certificates went to
certificates. Yes, already I sent for him the results.
Okay, so the certificates is with moderator.
Our moderator, Toastmaster Mohammed Shiraz, are you preparing the certificates and will you share them, or shall we prepare them ourselves?
I will share it once Chief Judge shares it with me.
Right. So now I think it's time for all of our audience to open their cameras. Let's have all of your cameras on to see your lovely faces. and to see your reactions also to the results of this contest. Yes, finally we saw our moderator tonight.
And Toastmaster Hanin, our Hanin, of course.
Yeah,
To
but
Hanin.
you know, I thought we will have for the first time maybe in BTMC history 2 Hanins in the same meeting. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems we could not have both of them switching the camera at the same time. I think we missed the other Hanin now. Yes, Toastmaster Arfan Natiq.
I was raising my hand since half an hour. Nobody's giving me face. I think distinguished Toastmaster Khalid put the question in the chat box, wondering where distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Hadi Al-Attar is. It looked like in a camp or in an open air wedding, something like that. I was wondering, can we have our own night out? Why not?
Use him as wasta.
I'll leave it to the ExCom to think of seriously a night out. The weather is good, and before it starts snowing and all the places get frozen, so let's seriously have a night out. I think we deserve it after 2 years of not seeing each other. I would suggest having a night out.
Let's
somewhere.
wait for the snow.
No, the snow was too. I don't have heavy clothes, Habibi. I don't have heavy clothes. So before it gets really too cold, and let's have a night out. We can think of somewhere nice. The ExCom are all young people and can come up with crazy ideas.
Did you miss Awali food, Toastmaster Arfan?
I'll leave it to you. I don't know. Awali. Oh, Abdul Hadi is back. You can ask him. He's an expert in such things.
Yes, tell me again.
We were wondering, I was just suggesting, we saw where you are, and I really felt jealous. And I envied you. I'll be very frank, I envied you. Let's have a night out. And enough said. Enough said.
Where are you? Is this Babco camp?
I'm attending in our actual meeting area. This is in Budaya. Next time we can hold the meeting here.
We'll speak after the contest, TTM Abdul Hadi.
After this meeting.
Best kebab.
After this meeting. You leave it for the weekend, you forget it. Khalas.
Yes, yes. So, are the results ready? No? Chief Judge said 2 seconds.
Who will announce the result? Is it me or the moderator?
You.
No, we'll hand it to the contest chairs, of course.
Okay.
Will not let you enjoy whatever you're doing.
I'm waiting for the results. I would be happy to announce them.
Okay.
Arfan, we can go join him.
Don't disturb my.
Join Abdul Hadi.
You can go. You are retired. You are retired. You can sleep as much as you want tomorrow. I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Habibi. Maybe soon I will join you.
على كيفك. Then, did we did we take a photo, by the way? Everyone is still smiling. I don't know. Did we take one, or everyone is maybe looking at everyone else?
You took a photo of the contestants, not everyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, where is our Vice President of Public Relations who ran away from the contest? Take photo.
Let's wait for all of our and all the audience to switch on their cameras. Let's wait for the Chief Judge, Master Taqi, DTM Abdul Hadi. We will let you know when to switch on the camera. I know they are somewhere busy.
Take 2 shots. Now you have half the house. Later on, you never know who would be staying and who would be leaving.
Yeah, good suggestion.
Houston,
Very good
Khalifa,
suggestion.
Sayed.
Especially Toastmaster Taqi, it seems that he has Tikka Apple with him.
So would you all say kabish?
Ish.
That's one take.
استانس عبد الهادي.
Let's have another. We have 2 pages, I believe. So,
Why don't you use? Okay, I'll show you later on that you can take up to 49 videos.
So if you
ايش
go
قاعد
to,
تاكل ابو جاسم؟
تكه.
الحين I'm eating sweet now.
خلصت التكه.
Yalaka, one tally counter is here, so it seems the results are almost there.
let's have
Chief
another
Judge.
smile. Let's have another.
Where is the
smile.
Chief Judge? Chief Judge, show
1,
us your face.
2, 3. That's another picture. I'm really bad at this, so forgive me. I will take as many as I can.
Whatever you are better than me.
Stay cheese once again.
تقي ساكت ولا يتدخل.
يخاف.
تقي ساكت على اساس ما نقول له ياخذ
He had a bad experience last year.
في حلجة لقمة
كيف عبد الهادي؟
One last time before our chief judge join.
حنجي طاح يلا.
Yes, our moderator joined. I think I haven't had.
بس لا بابا خلنا نسوي مساج شوية.
يلا بس خلاص.
عبد الهادي بيروح ياكل عطلتوه.
عبد الهادي I took a picture of him. Yes.
مو باكل الباتري بيخلص خلاص.
Even worse.
اذا التشير كونتست تشير الباتري ماله يخلص الماستر اوف سيرموني تيكس اوفر.
Chief Judge takes over. خلينا نشغل الشيف جاز شوية أكثر. شكلها تبي بس الترم يخلص بسرعة.
I have a new appreciation.
It is nice.
New appreciation of the timer rule.
Yes. I think as we wait for, let me just fill in the gap as well as we are waiting for the results to come. I don't know about you, but I really like the table topics. The topics itself was really nice, was easy and simple, and I think all of the contestants gave it justice. So if I flip the coin and see who would like to give it a go. Or okay, before that, okay. DTM Abdul Hadi, what's the second topic?
قاعد ياكل الريال. Second topic ما عندك.
He's chewing tikka. He's chewing tikka. Okay, fine.
رايح على علي الحين.
علي. Okay. Then let's go to the first topic then. Who would want to attempt the first topic again? Not the contestants, because I know once you are done from competing, all of the ideas come to your mind and you say, well, I wish if I used that. How about if we ask Toastmaster Gopi? What gives your life meaning, Toastmaster Gopi?
Well, good evening, all. Meaning for life. Everybody, we have to be helpful for others. And if we live, what we carry after our life is the memories. What remains, we remain only in the name of memories. So the memories in each one's mind should remain sweet. Then we can call it as our life was a little meaningful. If we help someone, we cannot change the entire world. But for that person, we change the entire world. So helping others and instilling sweet memories in each one's mind. If you cannot help, just keep smiling so that you instill smile in each one's face at least. So the smile is a contagious disease. So it will spread and everyone will start smiling. So these things can be purpose of our life and it will make our life more meaningful. I hope I have not exceeded the time. No,
I think you are on time because there is no timer. You are on time, so give a round.
I should have timed you.
You should have timed, yeah. But I think you should have competed. I don't know why. Okay, maybe next year. I don't think you were on my radar that day.
No, I mean, I have taken an oath. I'll compete only when it is a real competition, like not virtual.
Okay, you still weren't on my radar. That's why I could not maybe try that with you. But there was one person who was on my radar and she's still here. So she could not compete, but she cannot run away totally from at least hearing from her. So Toastmaster Haneen, what gives
smiling,
your life meaning? And DTM Walid, if you don't mind,
yes,
run,
I will.
run.
I would say that could you repeat the question again?
What gives your life meaning?
What gives my life meaning is not thinking twice, I guess, and being proactive and taking an action rather than dwelling on the topic. I think once you take an action, then your thoughts kind of start to structure themselves. It kind of works in reverse. Maybe that's just for me personally. But I mean, taking an action sometimes is what gives or structures your train of thoughts. Kind of like also tells you're able to navigate through your thoughts by taking an action. So I think that's gives some kind of meaning. Action gives me meaning.
See how simple it was? Give her a round of applause. Chief Judge, can we count her part as part of the contest? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Haneen. Amazing response. We're still waiting for the result. I think maybe seconds and Rafa is different. Seconds and Rafa is much longer than seconds in Galali.
1 second means 10 minutes. So 2 seconds, 20.
Maybe, yes. Okay, as we are enjoying giving life a meaning, Toastmaster Brahma. Wait, let me ask someone who is switching off his camera.
Arfan wants to answer.
Okay.
No, I don't want to answer. I just want to tell you, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid, and with all my respect and love to you, you are absolutely mistaken and very wrong. It's not Galali and Rafa as men and women. The understanding of 1 second and 1 minute and 1 hour.
Okay.
You men know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Watch out, Toastmaster Arfan. Watch out.
Exactly. I will not
Another
open this door.
It's not Galani and Rafa. It's men and women.
That was part of
all the men are smiling and laughing.
But they cannot say anything.
سكت الكاميرا زين كذي. One of my humorous speeches contest was 5 minutes. When a man says I'm 5 minutes away, that means an hour. And when a woman says I'll be ready in 5 minutes, that's another hour.
Yeah. يا شلا خاش اروح اجا فاطمه.
This is a
That's
statement.
happening with what I've heard.
والصار حين الريزولت.
This is a statement.
Hello,
Usually
guys.
when it's
Well
said by men,
done.
they back out in the next 15 seconds.
ناطرين. هلا الشيخ. اوه مسدس. لا بنشرد.
هلا عبد الله.
اذا فيها سالفه سلاح بنشرد.
This meeting is being recorded. Watch out.
Are you threatening me?
Don't try this at home.
What?
Mr. Moderator, are you ready with the certificates? Shall I just send the results to the contest chairs?
Yep.
Yes, please.
How are you?
We are fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
No, it's not.
Abdurrahman, I think this is your sleeping time, right? You're still waiting. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I will forward the results to the contest chairs. I'm sure
So today I see the monster.
You see the monster?
Yes, so tired.
Okay, after the result. Okay, I'll mute myself. I forgot that I'm the master of ceremonies. All right, so it seems the results are there. And can I ask the moderator whether he is ready with the certificates?
How am I supposed to receive it? Through WhatsApp or through this chat box here on this screen, or what?
I think if I can speak on behalf of the chief judge, maybe she passed it to the moderator, so the moderator would just show the result.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I got the result, yeah.
So he got, so Toastmaster Arfan should also get the result.
I'm different than him. I'm like my mother.
All right, so I hand the control to the table topics contest chair.
With so much echo in the background.
He sleeps. Oh, mashallah, he sleeps. But he wakes.
Don't look at my background.
Yes.
Should I start the announcement?
Please.
You are loud and clear. Loud and clear, DTP.
Okay, thank you.
Whether you will keep them more or no?
No, we'll just release them. Now we'll start with announcing the winners for the table topic, and we'll start with the third place winner. The third place winner, Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. The third place goes to Toastmaster Mahmoud Hamad. Congratulations. Well done, Toastmaster Mahmoud. Now we'll move to the second place winner. The second place winner goes to Toastmaster Taqi Abdallah. Well done, Toastmaster Taqi Abdallah, for the wonderful work. Now we will announce the winner. The first place winner goes to Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Congratulations, Toastmaster Fatima. The first winner place goes to Toastmaster Fatima Hussein. Thank you, and MC of the night, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, BTM Abdul Hadi, and thanks to everyone. Thanks, of course, to the chief judge. I think you missed to say that there were no time disqualification and no protest, but I would assume that it was the case.
Yes, there is no
Otherwise-
qualification.
Don't worry, I know the Chief Judge very well, otherwise she would jump on you. So let's go, let's move on to the next contest right now. And may I assume that the contest chair has the results? Okay, so please, Toastmaster Arfan, take it away.
Where?
Wherever you want.
First of all, I'd like to thank Bob Good Toastmasters Club to still remember me and giving me this very honorable role to do this very important the contest of the contests, which certainly the winners would have 1 in a million chance to reach the World Championship and be there. And why not? As Toastmaster Hassan Ashur said, not yet. Yes, not yet. It can be in August. Yes. It is what it is. Yes, it is what it is. Why not? Give? Yes, I will give. And what goes around comes around, of course. You give a lot and it comes around. And don't forget your lens. Your lens is what makes you see your path. There were no protests, but unfortunately, we had one disqualification because of time. We will not reveal the name, so one of you went over time. I'm sorry to that. So let's go. I know you're waiting to know the winners, and as usual, we'll start with the third winner. And the third winner is, I don't know why do they always be none other than, is there a winner next to none other? There's always one winner. The third winner is Toastmaster Alpesh Gurjar. And the second winner, which will be, I guess, will be going to the area contest, I guess, is Toastmaster Syed Raza. And our winner, the winner of this club, the first winner is a gentleman by the name of Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Congratulations to all 5 contestants. Congratulations to every member of this club. And we will be there in the area contest. Our fists will be very hard and ready to punch a few faces. So all the best. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much. Contest chair of international. I can't comment on what you said as a PQD. Thank you so much for, and thanks to everyone. Thanks for all of the winners, and thanks to all of the contestants. So all of you are winners. Yes, some of you might got some accolades and they would represent us in the area contest, but I think all of you are winners. Whoever came here challenged himself. And I think before I just hand over the control to the president, is one person that I think might need to have a little bit more recognition than others. With respect to everyone over there, especially all of the contestants, as I said. And that person is whoever switched off his camera right now. Toastmaster Hassan Al-Ashur. Being away from Toastmasters for a bit of a long time, we missed him a lot. Coming back and competing not in 1, not in 2, not in 3, but in all 4 contests. I think for that, Toastmaster Hassan, you really deserve a big round of applause for whatever you did. Amazing job, not just participating, but also winning 3 of them. I lost count, I think 3, right? So winning in 3 of the contests and representing us as well in the area contest. Yes, Toastmaster Arfan, please.
Before you allow everybody to applaud, I would just like to add something to the achievement of Toastmaster Hassan Ashur, being at work with him day and night, every day. You wouldn't know, unless you live with him like I live with him, how, at what level he is engaged at work. You cannot imagine unless you come and live with him. He is engaged at work at a very high level. I would not easily say, I would say it's 6 days a week. So that did not stop him to be here in all 4 contests and be a winner in each one.
Thank you very much.
That deserves respect. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hassan, and thanks again to all winners, all contestants, all role players, chief judge, all of the respected judges who are unseen. And for those who want to show themselves as well as judges, please, you can switch on your camera right now.
No, they cannot.
Not allowed? Okay, so the chief judge is still awake. Please.
Don't spoil
Mr.
our
President.
judges, please, MSA. I would like also to thank you all for hosting me
Yes,
and
Chief
our
Judge,
judges.
please.
Yes, please. I would like to thank you all for hosting me and our team, the judges. Thank you so much for your patience and for staying with us even we exceed the time. And congratulations for all the winners. I believe that Hassan, he was preparing for this day since he was away. Just he was watching from far, and yes, you got it. Wish you all the best on area level, and wish you to see you also on the DTAC stage. Back to you, our MC.
Thank you so much, TTM Mona, for being here once again, and thanks so much for not even resisting to say no, not even attempting to say no. And I said, please, would you be the chief judge? I know how busy you were, especially today.
I didn't have a chance, actually. I didn't have a chance to say no, because when you asked me, you just closed the phone, and I didn't have a chance to say no.
Okay. Inshallah, Allah yadum hai, inshallah, until the end of the term. Thank you so much, TTM Mona, and Mr.
My
President,
pleasure.
over to you.
Very good tactic, very good tactic. That's something our Vice President Education should also copy. Well, what a night. It's been fantastic experience. Wow. Really, it's time to have a round of applause to all the participants. Say role players, contestants, judges, chief judge, thank you very much for staying with us and making such an event successful. We have one guest who is still here. I would like to hear from this specific guest who has been now in our club meetings for a second time. Khalifa?
Yes, hi.
Hi, yes. We would like to hear from you. That's now, I believe you attended both of our contests. How did you find them?
Well, as an observer, it's interesting to see how everything pans out when these Toastmaster meetings, because I was completely unfamiliar with Toastmasters before attending. So getting used to the procedures, figuring out what an evaluation contest was during the evaluation contest, which was a trip because I was like, oh, these people are the judges. And then the judges were supposed to judge the judges. It was the whole thing. And yeah, no, it was a good time, and I'll definitely be back for the table talk or table sessions or table topics where maybe I could play a more active role. But this has been a good introduction, all in all. You know,
It's really great to hear from you, and I believe you maybe will expect to have a role in the next meetings. We'll be really happy. We'll be really happy to have you with an active role in the next meetings. Now, yeah, it's time for us actually to
say good night.
Wish the best of
Say
our
good night,
contestants. Yes,
Khalas.
it's time for us to wish the best for of our contestants to compete in the area contest for all of our champions. And with this, we call it a night, and we call meeting number 351 adjourned. Thank you all.
Good night, everyone.